that a primal scream is the only satisfying release.
One eternity later.
Daredevil is back on the menu, boys. So back in 2018, after the third season of Daredevil, it was cancelled, along with Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, The Punisher, and Luke Cage. And it left fans disappointed and starving for a continuation because there were some great shows. Well, Daredevil and The Punisher were great. About half of Luke Cage was pretty good, Jessica Jones was okay, and Iron Fist kinda sucked. But regardless, more people just wanted to see more of the Defenders. Daredevil especially, which is still the gold standard for comic book shows. Anyway, they all got cancelled, and recently they got added onto Disney+. But on top of that, two important things happened. Matt Murdock appeared in Spider-Man No Way Home, and Kingpin appeared in the Hawkeye show. And this was basically Disney and Marvel Studios' way of telling us, yeah, they're back. At least Daredevil is. And so fans were just kind of waiting anxiously to get the confirmation, and it's happening. Daredevil is getting a season 4 on Disney+. Well, I'm not sure if it'll actually be called season 4, because according to some sources, it'll be like a reboot, but still like a continuation of that show. But everybody's just kind of taking to calling it season 4. And upon the initial announcement, fans were excited. They got the continuation. It was a massive W. But then I saw the hope and joy quickly turn to doubt because of a few reasons. First was the original showrunner isn't returning, so that's pretty disappointing. Next, the writers of the show were revealed, and that also got people a little worried because they don't have the best track record.
Who?
What made this decision even weirder is that there's a new Disney Plus show called Echo, and the writers from the Daredevil and Punisher Netflix shows are involved in it. So it's kind of strange that they wouldn't have them on the new Daredevil show. Echo is a Daredevil character, so I get why the Daredevil writers are working on it, but why not on the Daredevil show itself, since you know they have the experience.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
But the final thing that got some fans worried is that they realized that it's going to be a Disney Plus show. And the MCU shows have a tendency of having some pretty decent starts to their shows, but then ultimately end up having very lackluster or disappointing conclusions. And since it's a Disney Plus show, fans were wondering about the violence, and if it was going to be neutered or not. Because Daredevil gets grittier and more violent than anything on Disney Plus. Hell, Disney actually have been going back through Falcon and the Winter Soldier to remove blood, and I imagine it's only a matter of time before it happens to Moon Knight. So there's a lot of doubt about whether or not the show's going to have that raw and gritty feel to it. I mean, let's be honest, it more likely won't. So the conversation quickly went from how excited people were to finally getting a continuation of Daredevil to now fear and concern as they learn about who's involved and the realization that who's funding and producing it, you know, Disney. Now, I want to remain optimistic, but the more I think about it and the further I get into these Disney Plus shows, I kind of start to lose hope and get a little worried. The number one thing that a Daredevil show would need more than anything is more than 6 episodes, because that really hasn't been helping these MCU shows. Daredevil seasons 1 through 3 have 13 episodes each, so I think Marvel and Disney are going to have to do at least 10 to try to match the original show's pacing and story and character developments. Because as we've been seeing with these 6-episode MCU shows, it's clearly not enough time, and leads to several things that's feeling very rushed and sloppy, mainly towards the last like 2 episodes or so. Daredevil was always a very slower paced show, but always had a lot going on with its plot and characters, so the slower pace made a lot of sense, and gave enough time for everything to develop properly. But yeah, I just want to make a quick video talking about this because I'm intrigued because, you know, it's fucking Daredevil, and I want to see a continuation of his story, but I'm really cautious and curious on how they're going to handle it. Regardless, they got some big shoes to fill, and if I'm being honest, it's definitely not going to live up to the same quality as the first 3 seasons of Daredevil, and this is due to the fact that how much fans have talked about it and discussed it over the years. Then also look at the track record with these MCU shows. I don't even think it's possible for them to match the quality. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, go and drop a like on it and leave a comment. Let me know, what do you think about the Disney Plus Daredevil show? Are you excited? Are you not? Leave a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.
兄さん、私たちを隔てていたクソドアノブはもうないわよ。さあ兄さん、結婚